And we're always excited to have another great artist on the show of Wall to Wall Country. Today is no different. Hailing from Denver, Colorado, with an interesting name that echoes the sentiments of Colorado itself, Mr. Joey Canyon is on the line with us. Joey, how are you today?
Hey, Casey. Good to be with you. How are you?
I am excited to have you on board the show today. You are a gentleman that is not new to the business. You've got some things going on. You've got albums out. You've got a show. And we're going to touch base quickly on some of those items. But you have been kind of doing your thing since an early age of 8. I mean, my goodness, how does an 8-year-old decide they're going to be a country music star? That's what I want to know. I have no idea what the heck I was doing when I was 8.
Yeah, well, at 8 years old, I really didn't know I was going to be a country artist. I just loved singing. And so, I just kept carrying it on and everything. By the time I hit 10 years old, I was learning how to play guitar and playing baseball.
Yeah. Well, and you've been doing a lot of things. You've tried on, you've done some different band work. You've done this and that and the other thing. Can you give us a real quick synopsis, though, where you come from, how you hailed, how you actually got in? I mean, from Colorado, you think country music, but what's your story a little bit, Joey? Give my listening audience a quick little background.
Yeah, you want the Reader's Digest condensed version. Yeah, I was raised in California, north of L.A., about 40 miles or so, in a town called, believe it or not, Canyon Country.
Of course.
And no, they didn't name it after me, all right? So, and I just, like I said, I was at a young age playing baseball and playing guitar and singing, and I did that all through grade school, junior high, and high school. I was always singing and all of that, and by the time I hit the early 70s, I just was getting more serious with my music because as I got close to the mid-70s, I kind of blew out my rotator cuff, and that's not good when you're a baseball pitcher. So I knew that career of baseball was pretty much done, and I just went right into music, country music actually, and I just would go down to talent night at the Palomino Club in North Hollywood and sing and all that. And then one time I got invited to sing background on an artist that Cliffy Stone, my producer's dad, was doing on this guy, and so I was in there singing a song and doing background vocals, and they stopped the song, and somebody said, "Who's singing that bass part there?" And I raised my hand, and Cliffy said, "Man, you just keep doing what you're doing. It sounds great." And,
nice.
Just that little words of encouragement from an icon, Cliffy Stone, who really was responsible for the West Coast country back in the 50s and 60s, very huge. Just that word of encouragement, I knew I wanted to be in country music and be an artist. So that's what I did, and shortly thereafter I moved to Colorado in 1975, and I've been recording in some of the finest studios from L.A. to Nashville, and my producer is Curtis Stone, his Cliffy's son, and Curtis Stone, I'm sure you know, is one of the founding members of Highway 101. Curtis and I went to high school together, and when it was time for me to find me a producer, he's the one, and he's actually been my producer since 1976.
Wow.
And you know what? He's in the building where I am in right now because I'm shooting episodes for my television show, and he's the music director. So we've kept it in the family, and that's kind of the short version.
Nice, nice. Now, you just mentioned your television show. I want to talk a little bit about your new released CD that's out there, your album that's out there.
Sure.
But let's touch base a little bit on the show, because that I was unfamiliar with. So maybe not everybody knows about your show. You want to go ahead and mention that a little bit?
Sure. Thanks for asking. About 3.5 years ago, I had the idea of producing and hosting my own television variety show because I was watching TV and there just wasn't any kind of entertainment on there that was worth watching, and I just decided to do that, and it took me 3.5 years to put it all together. And it's a television variety show of the past. It's country music driven, and I have special guests from Nashville that everybody will know that are on the show. And we have a little bit of fun stuff, little comedy stuff in there, and man on the street interviews, and I use a top 8. Everybody else has a top 10, right? That you've seen. Well, I use a top 8 because I use that from bull riders. You know, they're trying to pull 8 out of the gate. And
okay.
So we use top 8, and I also recognize individuals, charities, and foundations that of a philanthropic nature that help other people, and I recognize them. So that's what the show is. It's on. It starts. The very first show airs January 8th. On it'd be 10 Eastern Time, and of course 9 Central and 8 o'clock Mountain, and it's on the RFD TV network. And we are just really pleased to be in prime time, and we hope that everybody watches, because this is going to be a really fun show.
What's it going to be called?
Well, this was really hard, Casey. This was really difficult. It's called the Joey Canyon Show. So there you go.
All right. Well, that's good to know. And just a real quick, I'll mention this a couple times a little bit later, but folks can get their first glimpse of this coming up on January 8th of 2016 on the RFD TV network. Eastern Time would be 10 p.m., and they want to look for it. The very complicated name, Joey Canyon Show. A little variety action, a little comedy, a little country. It's all about the seas.
That's right. That's right.
Now, in the meantime, you've also been working on a project with your music side of the business, Canyon Country, brand new released effort out there. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Canyon Country came out in 2012.
Okay.
My newest CD that came out earlier this year is called Rhythm of Living.
Oh, okay. Wow. That's nice.
But you did good, because on Canyon Country I had a #1 hit on that called Lonely Love, so that was good.
Okay. So this new one, Rhythm of Living, now you have a brand new single that's out and doing really well. It's called He's Coming Back Home.
Yeah, let me kind of pull back a little bit. That song was a #1 hit in September for me.
Okay.
It was very exciting, but you were very close, Casey. I've got one that's charting right now. I believe it's #6 on the national radio hits charts, and that's Life Without You. And I know that you were going to play one other song, but maybe you could switch it.
Okay.
Have your audience hear that one, because that's good, going good.
Yeah, I have plenty of time. We'll sneak a couple of these in from this CD that is called Rhythm of Living, right?
Rhythm of Living.
Rhythm of Living. And Joey, if people like your music, when I get the opportunity to play a little bit later, how would they get their hands on your music, Joey, or find out more about you?
You bet. I bet if they went to joeycanyon.com, just kind of figured that out, and joeycanyon.com, you can find everything. You can find out everything about my music. You can buy music there.
Okay.
I'm just going to start touring in 2016. You can even watch the sizzle reel from the TV show and find out who my guests are going to be and all of that good stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on this website, and you can see some pics and check out the show and what's going on with Joey, a little bit more about him if you want to read a little bit more and find out about his tour. Now, Joey, are you a social media guy?
You know what? If you're not even in the loop, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
I did it myself for a long time. And that, how that can wear you out. But I've got my marketing people on it now, and they're always posting pictures and all of that. I'm on Facebook, of course, Twitter, at Joey Canyon on Twitter.
Okay.
Wherever else they've got me, you can find me if you Google me, I can tell you that.
Awesome. And they can find out more if they go through the social medias about your show and stuff like that, Joey?
Sure, you bet.
Awesome. Well, Joey, I know you're crazy busy because you're in the middle of doing some of your show segments. Am I right? You're in Denver, Colorado today working on that?
I'm in between shows right now, but I wanted to talk to you, Casey, because we like you here.
Well, we are going to do our darndest in this edition of the Wall to Wall Country Show to get your information out there, Joey, and tell people about the show. Now, I'm looking at your website. It also says the show will be carried by Comcast, DirecTV, and on Dish, and also the RFD TV network. So,
yeah, if the show is not in their area and they can't get it, they can go to the RFDTV.com, their website, and they can live stream it there.
Yep.
They can watch it.
There you go. So no matter where you are, just like us here at Penn Speak Radio, you can get it no matter where you are in the world. There's one way or an avenue of being able to track it down. So, Joey, can you got a little wink, wink, nudge, nudge? I mean, I know you already got a lot on the plate. You got this album out. You got this show coming up. But something new and exciting happening other than the show in 2016 you can clue us in for?
Well, let's see. I'm going to try to get out a new CD next year. Because I'll have plenty of time after the show finishes in late January. We'll finish our 26 shows, but I'll try to do that. But you watch for me on joeycanyon.com because I'm going to start touring.
Okay.
With my band, the Blistered Keysters. They're on the TV show. That's my band, and they are the best. I'm telling you. So. We're going to be out there touring, and I'm excited to meet everybody out there that have become fans, and I'm very grateful.
Well, we're going to try to get you some fans up here in the state of Pennsylvania. And, Joey, just so you know, anytime you happen to be maybe touring the Northeast PA and you're anywhere close by, the doors of Penn Speak Radio are open. We'd love to have you do a quick sit-in here in the studios with us.
And I'll tell you what, Casey, I will do that because you're the best.
Oh, really, you're not so bad yourself, my friend.
Thank you. I'm grateful to be on your show.
All right, sir. Well, listen, I know you're crazy busy, but I appreciate you taking some time out of your crazy schedule. We've been chatting back and forth for a while, and I'm finally glad we got you on the show. We'll feature your music. We'll keep reminding people about your television show and your music and how they'll track you down throughout the show. And remember, if you want to mention to some of your fans, if anybody missed the show or when they want to hear your music, this entire show will re-air Sunday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Time with the interview in the second hour so they can catch some of your music after the 9 o'clock hour.
Well, I'll tell you what, maybe I should get that on my website. How's that for you?
Well, there you go. I'll try to find you on Facebook. I'll friend you, and then you and I can chat, or feel free to shoot me an email. We'll get you the information. But, hey, listen, I really appreciate your time, sir. We're gonna take a quick break. We're going to come back with a song off his album, the one that did the hit for him in September. He's coming back home to her for good. We're going to feature some of the other music off the album. But, Joey, thank you so much for your time, sir, and best of luck of everything. And remember, feel free to stop by anytime you're in PA.
Casey, thanks so much.
All right. Take care, my friend.
You bet.
Bye-bye, sir. And there you go. We're going to be back with some Joey Canyon. He's coming back home to her for good off of his album, Rhythm of Living, in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. It's Wall to Wall Country with me, Casey.